What dating in Vegas is like, you guys. Kind of a nightmare. Well, you're either going out with somebody that doesn't value you because there's a lot of creeps out there, and some people move there just for, like, I guess, the prostitution. So when they date a regular woman, they look at you like, hey, can you do this for me? Or can you do that? That's what dating in Vegas is like. It's really horrible. People look at you like you're supposed to just open up your legs for them, and that's how they treat you. It's like, it's really sad that the men come from all over the world, and then they think that the girls that live there that work hard or that are Christians or whatever, that you're like that. And then, so it's really rough dating in Vegas. That's what dating in Vegas is like. So I would suggest not to move there. And even if you're a Christian, you get accused of, being not a non-Christian, or like the guys that want to date you are like not as classy as you would like. So you get like a lot of those. You get these guys that, if you're a little older, they want you to pay for their food, and you're just like, really? Oh, wow. Like, I need to go somewhere else. It's basically like that. You need to just go somewhere else. Don't go to Vegas if you want to date, because there's a lot of, prostitution. There's a lot of, just low class people, I guess. I don't know where they came from. I mean, there's some that are nice. There's some good. I'm not saying that there's no good men there. I'm just saying that the good men that are there, they're 9 times out of 10 taken, or they're not into the dating scene either because they're afraid that they're going to get like a hooker or ex hooker or something. It's like, I've never done that, but I mean, if a guy takes you out on a date or if he wants to move in with you, you should get some money out of him. Whether you want to sleep with them or not. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a guy that is actually good at sex. Sometimes you don't. Like, there's guys that are like, they suck at sex, so they should pay you. It's like, yeah. So they should pay you if they're lousy at it. I did this just to make you guys laugh, but yeah, me and my friend, my ex-friend, we had a falling out, and there's a lot of women out there in Vegas too that they basically are thirsty. Like, the difference between a thirsty woman and a non-thirsty woman is, a thirsty woman basically doesn't rely on the Lord as her provider, and a non-thirsty woman knows that God is her provider. So, and we could get categorized into all these different categories too at the same time, but we're not like that. I actually have a good reputation, other than the party I was having at my house recently. But it's like, um, and, you just get these randoms sometimes, and sometimes, you get like somebody that'll date rape you or treat you like shit or not pay for anything. Or then you get these guys that are entitled. They think that they're dating you when they're not dating you. It's just like a sense. It's like, some type of entitlement, or that, like, if you meet someone in the store and they like you and you like them, it doesn't mean you're dating. It just means, okay, I met someone nice at the store, blah, 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 exchange numbers or whatever. But that doesn't mean you're dating, because you might not even want to take it any further. Because, see, I can't take anything any further because I'm married. And I enjoy being married. When I was married, before I got married, I was a girlfriend. And then I found out I was pregnant. And we were engaged anyway until he started talking to my friends behind my back and bringing his uh, female friends to my house when I was at work. So we had already canceled our being engaged. But when he kept going in and out of jail and he didn't have anywhere to go, he was with me. And then we found out that I was pregnant. So then, we ended up, after a while, we did get married. I really wasn't, I didn't want to do the whole premarital sex thing because I had got my divorce to get married. I divorced him so I could get married. And then he broke my heart numerous times, just, I was trying to go to college. I told him, please don't mess this up, because they're paying for my books. They're paying for my schooling. I was in a program, and the program people had failed me. They didn't want to pay for DeHaan Institute. I would have been making $75 an hour, and they screwed me over there. And my brother thought I just gave up on the second program. And it's like, no, I had no daycare. I had a drunk alcoholic boyfriend who was falling asleep on me. I mean, falling asleep on the kids, when he was watching them, and he was an alcoholic. So he was, he wasn't a good babysitter. So I had to just cry it out and quit the whole program. So that's basically what really did happen. So I told, that guy, I said, well, he wasn't a good babysitter. So you can't rely on somebody like that would probably leave your kids alone by themselves. One time he tried to say, oh, well, let's go see the Matrix. And I said, are we taking the kids? And he said, no, leave them here. They're old enough. And I said, no, I'm not leaving my kids alone. I don't care if they are old enough. What if a fire breaks out next door or something? And, no, I'm not ever leaving my kids alone. So I hired the neighbor to watch my kids. And, just thinking back on all the stuff that this guy has put me through, it's like, I really want a divorce. And when you're broken like that, when you date somebody like that totally ruins your life, it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on your self-esteem. It takes a toll on your character. Then people judge you like, well, why did you drop out of massage school? Wasn't your brother going to do this and that? It's like, yeah, he was, but you don't understand all the obstacles I've had to go through with the Voc rehab people. They're supposed to try to rehabilitate you, and then they don't want to do it when you have everything in place. I had the daycare in place. I had I had everything in place at the time. I was going to had a daycare program where they were going to pay for it. And they said, just get a letter from your brother that he's going to hire you when you graduate. And they never did. They just canceled it. They're like, oh no, we're not going to. So I got the letter from my brother, and I would have been grandfathered in where I wouldn't have to take this big national board, which is really hard. It's like you're a doctor, and I probably wouldn't have passed it. I mean, and I was struggling to get through the program that I was in at CSN. They had a massage school that they eventually decided to pay for, the Voc rehab, but it was through CSN, but I had no daycare. So when I had everything in place, they turned me down. So yeah. And, it's just a lot of obstacles that people don't understand that you go through in life, that, you're trying and you're trying and trying, and people don't appreciate your struggle. But that's what happened. I'm going to send this to Coco Vitti, so it wasn't me. It was the Voc rehab. So call Louisa Fulton, the little epileptic lady, Filipino lady that was hating on me. And I still hate that lady. Okay, like, share, and subscribe, Michelle Ramon. Yeah, you, Louisa Fulton, biatch.